Hello, we're on week 10 already. I'm still Theo, unfortunately, and this week we're looking at packing, and I'm very fond of packing. I much prefer doing it to binding, even though I do have I would consider far more bottom dysphoria than top dysphoria. Um, if there was some, I mean, of course I want top surgery and everything, but if I had to choose between top surgery and bottom surgery, though I don't know. I wouldn't like to pick between them, but bottom surgery is so important to me, and I've never wavered in whether I want it, even though the techniques aren't that great. And I know a lot of people they have really bad bottom dysphoria, but they want to wait until see if anything better comes along because they would like to have the closest to a biogenitalia. That's a weird word. Closest to that as physically possible. And of course, I would like that, but I just don't think I could go through life without having something. And that's why I want phalloplasty because it's pretty good and it's I don't know, that's just the way I am. And I do like the idea of having a bulge there, which is why I pack. And I actually started packing before I even realised I was trans. I used to ball up socks and stuff them down the front of my underwear, and I'm very skilled with socks. Though it obviously didn't feel like junk, it did look like it. There is a way of doing it which is apparently a bit more lifelike. I haven't tried it, but you get a condom, put it inside another condom, and fill it with hair gel and then it'll be like the right shape. But that sounds a little bit messy to me, and I would worry that it would burst. But if you want to try that, then I suggest googling it, and apparently it works. But Packers aren't very cheap around here. I mean, I was looking at ones in America for somebody, and they're about, I think you can get them for like £3 or £4, equivalent of they get it for a few dollars. But the ones around here, the Mr. Limpy is you can get him. I think he's about 7.99, 6.99, or no, that's way too cheap. I think it's more like 12. Um, but yeah, so the first packer I got was actually an STP as well, which was this guy, and it is the Mr. Limpy small. But I got him from Mango. Do not order from Mango. Their products break. The tubing wears away. It got this funny crease. I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can see like a little kink. He's gone grey, and I mean, I ordered it a good 3 or 4 years ago, but I ordered it in January and I didn't get it till May. So I think it was November actually, and I didn't get it till May. And I've heard some people. I was actually lucky because some people they order them and you never hear a word from them again. You never get anything, and that's really bad. So don't go with Mango. Though it was a good STP while it worked, it wasn't worth how much it cost. But I did research, but in the end, my mum bought it for me as like a Christmas present, which I didn't get till May. Great, and so she told me like, oh, don't buy anything, don't buy anything. I bought you one, I bought you one, and yeah, but still, it was the thought that counted, and I did love him. I mean, I was so happy when he arrived, and the first time I got to stand to pee was so liberating. It made me, it was great. um, but I don't actually stand to pee anymore, mainly because the thing is broken. But I could buy a new one. But I don't mind sitting down because I know a lot of cis guys do actually sit down. You know, if they can, they don't mind doing it, and I don't mind. I don't get as much dysphoria as I used to about it, so I'm okay with doing it. But if you do, then fair enough. And I've heard that Dylan, who does the ones, I think that Joe has, are very good. But um, yeah, I'm okay with what I've got at the moment. I can deal with sitting down because it's not like the biggest inconvenience in the world to me. But I've upgraded since that one is a bit, ugh. And yeah, definitely upgraded. This is the Mr. Limpy medium. He is 6.5 to 7 inches, and he is a big boy, and I love him because I actually got a little bit of stiff. Stiff? Oh, that was a bad word to use in this context. I got a little bit of stick, yeah, from a few other guys who said, well, why are you buying such a big one? If you were cis, you wouldn't have one that big. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, do you know the penis size of the guys in my family? From what I've heard, they're all monsters. So if I want a monster, I'm gonna have one. And I know it's not maybe realistic. Not a lot of guys do have a flaccid 7-inch penis, but not a lot of guys actually have the downstairs working that I've got anyway. So I might as well get what I want and what I'm happy with. And maybe it wouldn't be in proportion, but I have wide hips and I need a bigger bulge to make it more obvious that I've got a bulge. And I know a lot of people get like, oh God, it looks like I've got a boner though. And in my opinion, I would rather somebody looked at me and went, Christ, he's got a boner, than to think I was a girl. That I would rather be seen as inappropriate and unable to control my plumbing, my sexual organs. I would rather have that than them think, oh, look at that girl. You know, that is just the way I would rather be seen as the worst guy in the entire world, a complete pervert, a disgusting, despicable, inappropriate excuse for a human being, than a female. That is how far it goes for me. And I have no shame in saying I love this. I adore him, and he wasn't that expensive, about £14, and yeah, he's good. The only thing I wish he did have 3D balls, because this little flat thing here is it's a bit weird. But he does pass the squeeze test quite well because he's unmistakably a penis. And yeah, I do. I can't go out the house without packing. I pack pretty much constantly, but I don't actually leave the house a lot. But I couldn't do it because it feels like there's like a void. That's a horrible thing to say, but I'm really unaware of it, and it helps me like walk properly. It just gives me a bit of comfort, you know. He's my safety blanket. I'm very attached. I wish I was physically attached, but we can't have everything. So yeah, packing. That's pretty much it. There are a lot of other options. I know me and Joe have both said we've got them still in piece, but they're cheap, they're versatile. The only problem is people say that they're too pink. And I mean, I did use this guy at the public urinals and stuff, and he was a bit too pink. Especially, I'm quite pale, um, and stuff. I don't get any wrong ideas. I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying like it doesn't match anybody's skin. I don't think it matches anybody's skin tone unless you're like Mr. Blobby. But yeah, so it doesn't bother me. But there are ones I think the soft sailor. Yeah, they come in vanilla and caramel instead of pink. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So shop around. If you are going to get a packer, then make sure it is the right size. You know, don't just go small because everybody else does. Don't just go big because you think you have to prove something. You don't have to be fall in line with that macho bullshit like I did. But yeah, so just shop around. Don't spend your money on something that, review it properly. And yeah, happy packing.